Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am joined with my colleague Patricia from our new Ben on Madden office, and we are talking about the Ministry of Defence permission to buy a Spanish property. Hi, Patricia.
Hello, Alex.
Okay, tell us, what is this law about? I mean, why do I have to ask the Spanish Ministry of Defence if I can buy a property in Spain?
Well, Alex, Spain has a legislation in place that requires non-EU buyers to seek a special permit from the Ministry of Defense in order to buy a property within areas that are considered strategic defense points. This is a very old law, but it's still in place.
Okay, and is this for all types of property, rustic and urban?
Well, before it used to be for all types of properties, but talking about location. But there was a change a couple of years ago. So now we're talking only about rustic properties. Rustic properties, basically big pieces of land located, as say, in some areas of Spain.
So basically, you know, if I was going to buy a big plot of land next to a military base in Almeria, then I would need planning permission for that as a non-EU resident, as I'm a British passport holder.
Yeah, normally these areas are, well, all the Spanish borders with Portugal, France, all the area in Cádiz because of Gibraltar and the military base of Rota, the Spanish island, the Balearic and the Canary Island, and yeah, all the areas of Spain close to any military point.
And how do I know, Patricia, if I need that permission? I mean, you know, will it say, you know, will an estate agent tell me that? Will a land registry? Will it appear in a land search?
Well, local estate agents should know if this property, in particular you are looking, will require this permit. In any case, what we do is requesting the land registry to confirm if they will seek and require this permit, because it's very important that you need this certificate, this authorization when you are going to buy. So the sooner you apply, the better. Otherwise, you will not be able to sign the purchase deed or get that registered.
Okay. So what do I need to do to apply for that permission?
Well, first of all, choosing the property. It's very bad, but it's you need to know the property that you want to buy, because the application it's done specifically for you and the property that you want to buy. So you will need a letter requesting this authorization from the Ministry of Defense. Basically, it's a letter that we can prepare for this client, and this letter has to be signed before a notary because the signature needs to be certified. There are some documents that will need to accompany this letter. First of all, a criminal record certificate. This document needs to be apostille with the stamp, the apostille of The Hague, to make it legal in Spain, and also needs to be translated into Spanish. And finally, we will need a map of this property, where this property is located, and plans of the same, and also indicating the distance of this property to the coast.
So, Patricia, I find a property, I agree a purchase price with the seller, and then I find out that I need to apply to the Ministry of Defence for permission to buy this property. How long can that process take?
Well, Alex, unfortunately, it can take up to 6 months. Okay. In my experience, it will come earlier. We're talking about between 3 to 4 months, but it can take up to 6 months.
Okay, and in your experience, would a seller wait for me to obtain that permission?
Well, in general, I would say yes. That's something that it's understandable, that it's a requirement by the authorities, and basically a seller if he sells the property to another buyer, but which is not an EU citizen, will face the same problem. So at the end, in all the cases that we have had, the seller has been patient and has agreed to wait.
Okay, so basically it could take up to 6 months. And usually I'd sign the contract and I would say, for example, here's my deposit, and we'll complete the sale as soon as I get within, say, 15 days of me getting the permission from the Ministry of Defense.
Exactly. Basically, signing this purchase contract subject to the reception of the military permit.
Okay, so this is a kind of, a warning, or just kind of piece of information for all clients. If you're looking at buying in areas of strategic national importance, so frontier areas, border control areas, or places close to military installations, it's likely, and especially if you're buying a rustic property, it's likely that you will need permission from the Ministry of Defense to buy that. That process could take 3 to 6 months, and you need to sign the letter asking for permission before a notary, either in Spain or your home country. So just build that into the time frame up front. And remember, if you are looking at properties in those areas, ask the estate agent up front. We have had clients who have bought in areas such as Ayamonte and Ibiza and the Canary Islands, and they did need that Ministry of Defense permission up front. Okay. Thank you very much, Patricia.
Thank you, Alex. Pleasure.
Thank you.